Mm. So I just wanted to say, you don't have to go to school to learn things. Um, you can go to your local library and buy books, rent books, check out books, however you want to put it. You could go there, use those books, gain the knowledge, and still apply it to other things. Like, prime example, like, if I wanted to be, like right now I'm doing Microsoft Office training right now. And I'm on Access, doing Access training. And like, if I low key wanted to learn all this stuff, I can go get Microsoft Office or use it on any local computer at a school or at a library, and I could go buy a book online on how to use Microsoft Office. And for all the step-by-step instructions, you do that enough time, you learn it. You learn how to work it. You always, if you buy the book, you always have the book for reference. Um, a lot of people think that these people with doctor's degrees and they surgeons and stuff like that, like they remember everything that they learned and they just so experienced. And it's not really that. It's just that they had so much experience in doing things over and over again, and then they keep their books. Like I keep all my books. I don't know how to flip the camera, but like these are like my medical books, and those are my math books. They didn't come in a regular book, but I had to put them in binders. Like, these are my personal books, but that one that said quadrivium, that was actually one of my math books, and I bought science, CIA, whatever you want to call it. I bought those or whatever, that one, because my math class, when I bought it from the bookstore, and then when I went to buy the book for my homie online, I seen that one too, so I bought that one too. Yeah, so these you don't have to go into a class. Like, a lot of people think, oh, these classes are so fast paced, and I don't believe I could keep up. If you go and you pre-educate yourself, that's why they don't let you get the books. Like, they don't let you go and buy the books and stuff unless you got the money yourself. And they don't let you go and buy the books. They tell you not to buy the books before the class, so you don't have no time to pre-plan for the class, because the book might be changing. They might have an online book, so you can't even get the hard copy. They tell you not to buy the hard copy, but I recommend buying the hard copy, so you'll have that copy forever. Well, until it goes bad, or forever, pretty much. But I recommend that people just pick up these books and put some of this stuff into play. Like, I read this psychology book, in and outs, and a lot of that stuff I was like, damn, like, you know what, I can always use this as a reference, so I kept it. Medical terminology, I still don't know a lot of them words. Like, I could kind of guess some of the words, but I don't know, so I always keep at least 2 of those books. My basic one, so like if I got a basic word that I need to go into, and then the more advanced one, which is like huge, it's like this thick, so like that way if it's not a basic word, then I could go into the advanced one and find that word and figure out what it means. But My recommendation is just, like I said, pre-educate yourself. Like, if you want to be a carpenter, like, learn measurements first. Like, learn how to measure first. Learn how to use a tape measure. It's so simple. Just go buy a tape measure and start measuring shit. Practice hooking it on to certain stuff and see how far you can go with it. See, what you need to do. Sometimes they have like this little reel has a piece on it like this, and you pretty much pull it out real, and then you take the string in the middle and then go pow, and it'll hit the ground and measure. It'll give you that exact measurement. It actually gives you a straight line all the way across. So that's a good thing. But like you said, you still need to know how to use a tape measure so you can know how far you need to go and how much you need to cut or whatever. But my recommendation is to pretty much educate yourself. And even if you never go to school on certain things, like I went to a school for like electricians, and like some of that stuff was like, I literally could have googled that and did it or whatever. It's simple stuff like knowing what a hot wire is. Like a guy asked me I was talking to a facility maintenance dude before I did the electrical whatever, and I asked him how can I get that job that he got. He was getting paid like $22 an hour. Yeah, some facility maintenance and like apartments and stuff, they get paid like $22 an hour. So that's a good job. And you really don't need no like pre-quals. So you can literally go in with basic knowledge and learn while you're there. But I asked him how can I get that job, and he told me that you just gotta know what you're talking about and sell yourself. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, so say like if I got a wire and I'm attaching it to a breaker box. You know what a breaker is, right? I was like, yes, I know what a breaker is. We got them in the house. Everybody should know what a breaker is. That's how you turn the power on and off in your house. He was like, yeah, so on one side you will have to have the hot wire, which is, the wire the electricity coming through. And then on the other side you will have to have the wet wire. The white one, well, he said the hot wire, which is black, and then you will have to have the white wire, which is wet. And I was like, cold? And he was like, exactly. We got a hot wire that is black, and we got a white wire that is cold. You consider it cold, but the correct term is neutral. There's nothing going through there until the light switch on is coming back. So he was like, yeah, see, just knowing the difference between the hot wire and the neutral wire and the ground wire is a way that you would sell yourself. And the question that somebody would ask you in the interview, if you can't even tell me something as simple as a neutral wire, like, why should I'm not going to hire you. Like, if you get that question wrong, that's automatic, I'm not going to hire you. So we talked for like 3 hours, and like this is why he was at work. So he had all this free time to sit and talk to me. And he talked to me for like 3 hours, and he was just like, what do you call this? What do you do that? How do you do this? And I didn't know that if the wall is uneven and you putting drywall down, if it's uneven, on the uneven part you would just slap on an extra coat of the mixture they make. It's like almost like a mash, like a cement type deal, but it's drywall mix. But you just slap on the extra slab and even it out. So some of the walls are not even because some of the boards in the house and stuff, they come out bent. Sometimes they go for long distances, so of course it's going to have a curve in it. So you just even it out. You just put a little more to even out. I didn't know that. So he was telling me like he was just telling me all kinds of stuff and stuff that he knew, and I was like, damn, you need all that to be facility maintenance? And he was like, no, I just have all that because I'm a good facility maintenance. I trained myself. Most of the stuff he learned on his own. He was like, I trained myself and like measurements and carpentry I learned from another dude how to do electrical, because that ain't something you want to tamper with. And he was like soldering and plumbing. He just used YouTube. YouTube was probably a couple of years old at that time, and they got a lot of videos on soldering. So like if you want to do plumbing and do soldering, and they ask you, do you know how to solder, you could go to a YouTube video and literally look up how to solder, and it would show you. You would have to get maybe a torch that's like probably like $30 or $40, maybe 80. I don't know how much the torch costs. But and then you got this long coil of a wire, but it's not like really a real wire. It's like a zinc or something, magnesium. It's some kind of metal that easily melts. And then you take that and you heat it up, and you literally just rub it around the pipe and seal it off wherever it's at. I believe you also got to heat up the pipe too. So like you got to heat up the pipe, heat that up, or vice versa. It was been a long time since I did soldering. What is that doing? It's been a long time since I did soldering, but like I said, you literally just heat it up and rub it around the pipe until it closes. You let it dry off. It's soldered. It's good. You can't even scrape the shit off. Like it's hard. Like certain stuff, like we can just learn as a people anyways. Like everybody should know like a basic skill anyways. I feel like everybody should know how to change a light switch out, like light bulbs, you know, stuff like that older people really don't like to do. But everybody should know how to change out their light bulbs. Everybody should know how to change a light switch, you know, or you know, the basic skills. But yeah, I'm kind of getting off on a tangent, but it all circles around to each other. So like I said, it's just educate yourself. And if you don't want to go to school, and if you don't want to sit in the class room and sit there for all them hours and talking about stuff, you can literally go educate yourself. Let's say if it's like a typing class, they got plenty of typing classes you could just take online, or you know, typing program. There's one female that I work with. She has a typing game that she plays. It's free. You go online, you type in the faster you type the word, and it show you how you put your hands on that. And the faster you type the word in, the faster your car goes, and you're like racing somebody else. So that was very interesting. But it taught her how to type just as fast as me, and I already took like a beginning level typing class, and she could type just as good as me without even having to take that class. So if not better than me. And all she did was play that game. She learned the basics of where to put her fingers, and then she used what fingers go where, and she just played that game all day. She was in class playing the game. The teacher allowed you to play the game in the class because it's got something to do with class, with work, when they got their free time. And now she know how to type. Yeah, so that's basically all I wanted to say. Was like, go educate yourself before taking a class, because a lot of these classes are not meant for you to pass. They're not meant for you to learn. I take that back. They're not meant for you to learn extensively, learn everything. It's meant to teach you a general idea of what you want to have to do whenever you start working. Then it's up to you to advance that. Now, when you go into like, that's from like associates to bachelors, and then from bachelors on to like masters, they literally want you to remember everything that you get. Well, you have to do during that time. So like that's where you gonna need to already previously know a lot of things from all your classes, and actually know what they teaching you and know how things go once you become going for your master. But Once you start off an associate's, it's up to you, and up into your bachelor's, it's up to you to learn those things. And then once you leave, to actually continue educating yourself. So not only will you have to pre-educate yourself, then educate yourself during these class and pass, and then after educating yourself on it, you will have to continue your education and learning those things and remember what does what. Once you hit that about 4 years, I figure once a person has a 4 years of researching something, they becomes a expert in that field, because you're researching things constantly, not just like I took the classes, I'm an expert. No, you're researching constantly those things, and you're this is what you do. Like you come home from work and you start researching stuff about psychology and learning more psychologists of a psychologist's work, and then once you start doing that, you'll fly through school. If you pre-educate yourself, you'll fly through school, and if you will learn more as you go. And then after you get out of school, if you continue to educate yourself, you become an expert, and then you can actually go and teach these things to other people without them having to go to school. They could be your point of reference. You can be their point of reference. Like when somebody else want to educate themselves and they don't know what to do or how to do it, you can be that point of reference in helping them. And if they in a similar field, you could be that point of reference. Now, I'm not saying you have to be, because a lot of people don't want to take up responsibility or help anything outside of their normal job or work. So they're not going to make the effort unless that person is dependent on them, like son or daughter, or that person is very close to them, like best friend, cousin, family member. But like, you don't have to. I lost the train of thought, so I don't know if I started up right where I wanted to be. But you don't have to go and do it. But I mean, it would be nice if you would just teach other people. If somebody come to you for help, and whatever, just giving the information. Everybody don't want to be helped, so some people look at things as a game, and that's fine. Like they look at it as a game, like they look at what they achieving, like did they achieve it on their own? And it's sad to say that this world is not based on your own. So you do nothing on your own. Your research is coming from somebody else. Everything you go Google, every book you read, every person you talk to, that is coming from somebody else. That's not coming from yourself. Like you're not learning that. You're processing it and you're using it and putting it into motion, but you're using already found evidence or already found experiments, or already found, these stuff is already found. Like you're not doing anything new. So it's sad to say that people be like, oh well, I gotta achieve this on my own. Just the fact that you can achieve it changes everything. Some people can't achieve it, even with help, even with people telling them. Their mindset is not in that area. So the fact that you can achieve it, achieving it alone is just a bonus. So my advice to y'all is go to those people who already did it and talk to them. Which we probably heard this 1,000 times from 1,000 different people, but I'm saying it again. Go to the people who got it, show them you're worthy of getting it, and then let them give it to you. Because I'm pretty sure, like, once I start learning stuff, I want to go share it with everybody. And the fact that I can't make me only share it with 1 or 2 people, and those 1 or 2 people are like on their other page, they like on a whole another page. They like doing their own thing. They got their own information, and they pretty intelligent already, so they got their own intelligence in what they doing. And so what I'm doing is just a bonus, which is good. But go learn from somebody. Pre-educate yourself, educate yourself, and then I want to say post-educate yourself. So after you're done, continue your education and teach others. That's my spiel for today.